All right, everybody, the battlefield has been set for today. We changed up the objective locations to go from this way, left to right, or front to back, either way. We're going to be going that way, so we're going to be rolling off for sides. But today, a little different run. Finally got the Gurkha enough for 350 points built. So we're going to check out those lists real quick and see what's going to happen. They look a little lopsided, but I have some hope for some action. All right, first off, we're going to start off with our U.S. side. We got our platoon command squad here, all with rifles, 4 of them there, regulars. We got a regular rifle squad there with 6 guys. Another regular rifle squad here with 6 guys. We got a veteran half-track, and we got a veteran bazooka team there. Then onto the Gurkhas, we've got our sniper team is veteran. We got, actually no, the sniper team is the only thing that's not veteran. So the sniper team is regular. We have a veteran Piat team. We have a 5-man squad of rifles here. SMG on the NCO. NCO has an SMG here, exact duplicate, just different hats. Changed the hats to kind of keep the groups together. But rifles and SMG, and then we have our platoon command squad with 2 SMGs there. All these guys are veteran except for the sniper guy. He'll get infiltrator. Some of the unique rules here for these guys, they have some of the unique rules for these guys that are going to be different than what we've been playing so far, as they have fearsome reputation. They also have fieldcraft and tough fighters through their AO Gurkhali. I don't know if I said that right. If I didn't, then oops. But those things give them a couple different benefits. Fieldcraft is going to give them the ability to use rough ground as open ground. The tough fighters is going to give them the ability to re-roll their close combat rolls if they fail to do any damage. And then also they have the fearsome reputation, which is kind of their little key, is that whenever they go to do a charge or whatever, or run into a close combat, the opposing team cannot fire back on them unless they have ambush. But even if they have defensive positions, it nullifies the defensive positions as well. So these guys, their plan is to just run and pokey poke. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to get the dice in the bag, see who gets pulled for round 1. All right, we're going to try a little bit different method of recording the game while I'm going today. So we're in sky high, got it mounted around my neck. So hopefully we'll be able to see everything, do everything well. We'll find out. I like the pointing, but this will give me a chance to kind of use both hands. All right, shaking up the bag, getting ready for round 1 here. Starting it off. See we need to roll to see who comes on first. We got this side and that side over there. We're going to use the US with the green dice still, and the Gurkhali, or the Gurkhas, are going to use the white die. So let's see what we got here. All right, US get to choose. I believe they are going to choose this side because of the cover here. Good advantage. Try to get behind that. So let's get our dice out and see who gets to go first. US this side, Gurkhas on this side. I've got a US here. The one weird thing is going to be is that I'm so used to using that half track down the road that coming in on that side, I'm not going to be able to use it well. I think I'm still going to try. Fine. So he's got plenty of room. He's going to get right there, drive up, pivot, 90, get up there. So he's just going to, he is running on. Goodness gracious, couldn't talk there for a second. All right, that is the first model on the table for the US. All right, next dice out of the bag. Definitely going to have a good shot over there. Got a Gurkha. Run up behind this wall here, I believe. Let's see how far we can get these guys. Of course, my sticks are over there, but we have tape measure. 12 inches. Yeah, I'm going to run these guys right up behind the wall here. It's going to be interesting because it seems super skewed with as far as like the amount of models per side right now. So got those guys there. On to the next dice. All right, another Gurkha. I think they're going to run. I think we're going to get these guys to run this way. I think these guys are going to head towards one objective. These guys are going to kind of just run up here. They ain't scared. Now normally these lists are going to have a light machine gun in there with them. So I've already got one of my guys painted up with the the loader there. So, but it works in this situation as well. Sweet, let's get those guys in there. Next dice out of the bag. All right. Oh, I forgot one whole thing. Forgot to do an infiltrator. So we're gonna do that real quick. All right, since we forgot infiltrator, he's coming up here in this top section of this building. And a good eye shot of everything out there. So, all right, forgot that guy altogether. But we got him. All right, next dice. US. So we're probably just gonna run. Now, one thing I didn't do is break down what the terrain was. So most of the way I've been playing this is anything with multi-levels is a building. Anything with a single level is a ruin. So ruin here, ruin there, and that's it on this table right now. Everything else is kind of buildings. I can't quite run them. I want to run them behind the ruin at least. See how far they can get. Yeah, I'm just going to pile up a unit here, one of the 6-man squads. All right, units on the board there. Let's get the next dice out of the bag. All right, it's another set of Gurkhas. Let's see if we can run them up into this building. I don't think I got enough room quite to get them up in the building. No, I'm going right there outside the door though. Ready to do something here in a minute. All right, next up out of the bag, 4 units. All right, the US. We're going to work on getting our bazookas into this high tower here. So they're going to run on. It's about right there. All right, positioning them there. I don't have any shots on anybody quite yet, but it's kind of what the first turn's all about. So we're running over there, get more dudes. I don't need more dudes yet. I need another dice first. So we got 2 units of US, 1 unit of Gurkha left. I think they are going to just nestle themselves up behind this left-hand unit here and give them some support as well. So let's get those guys and get them up there. Get these guys up as far as we can get them. Alrighty. Next dice. It should be both US left. Oh, no, there's one more left. Oh, I still have the snipers that I could potentially pick on somebody with, which I think that's it. I don't think they've got any line of sight, though. I don't think they've got any line of sight at all yet. But let's go down here and look. If I can see through the building, I can see them through those doors. Can't see those guys. I could potentially put a shot on to the half track, which that might be what I have to do. That's the only shot I've got, so we're gonna try that. Alrighty, so we're gonna be trying to put a shot on with the sniper here. I've not played with snipers quite yet, so they get, actually I guess I could do that, right? We'll do that. Instead of doing that, going through right now, we're just gonna put these guys on ambush. That's a smart idea. Where is it? No, I need to put a pin on that. I need to put a pin on that half track if I can. All right, so we got all the rules here printed off. So it's a +1 to hit and a +1 pin versus infantry and artillery. So it looks like it doesn't have a +1 versus what I'm about to do. So, but definitely has plenty enough range. You got 36 inches. So we're just gonna try to fire it and see what happens. Alrighty, we're gonna try to take our shot on the half track over there. Needing 4s to hit because we didn't move. Nope, we got a 6, so definitely hit it. That's really all we needed to do. So, doing that, just rolling for funsies at this point. So they fired, got a pin on the half track. Sweet. That's all they were there for that time. Cool. Probably should have put them on ambush just to kind of get some dudes as they trickle through and I can get to them. But that's all the dice. It is not. Got more US. I keep thinking they were done. All right, we have 2 US dice left. Let's figure out what they're doing and get them on the board. We're going to place our platoon command squad right here behind this little group here. And then our other unit's going to run up here into this little section, kind of going for that objective there. All right, now we're done. We can gather up all our dice and roll on to round 2. All right, all the dice are in the bag. Let's roll on to round 2. See who gets to go first. All right, got a US here. Then we're going to proceed with our bazooka guys. They are just going to run and Move up into this first section here. Probably going to take them a little bit of time to get all the way up there to the top, but getting them in here at least gets them to that window. Okay, we've got a Gurkha squad, but we want to run these guys because that's what they do. The coolest thing about them is they don't have to worry about any of these little craters, which are rough. Any of the moving through that over there wouldn't have even bothered them, but we are going to go ahead and run these guys up there. Oh yeah, it does. They're within 3 inches, so they claim the middle one. Nice. Next dice. Oh, I see a huge answer coming already. There we go. Yes, sir. Half track's going to try to teach them a lesson. Just going to fire on them. These guys have a 36-inch shot, another 48-inch on this front level gun here. So they're just going to fire. They got to do a test first and see if they can. Veteran going down to a 9. Oh my goodness, they actually failed it. 6, 11. So they are just going to go down, and they do not lose the pin. Well, uh-oh, that was potentially going to be doing a lot of work there. All right, next dice. Got a gun jam or something. All right, another US. I think these guys are going to work their way into that building right there. They're just going to run in here, try to get up this top thing. We got plenty of space to get into it, plenty enough to run into it even. So they're just going to get in here, get up on top. All right, got those guys up in the building there. And so on to the next dice. All right, got another one here. Piat's going to go. They're just going to run up in this building here. Get themselves positioned up to be able to fire on that half track when they get a chance to next. All right, next dice. Alrighty, these guys are going to run as well. They don't have to worry about any kind of objective stuff. They're just going to take off. They're just gunning it for these objectives. I don't think it got me close enough, but it may have. Oh yeah, cool. So they've got now 2 objectives already. All right, on to the bag. All right, next one is US. I think these guys back here are going to kind of come out and try to teach them a lesson. They're going to advance into the terrain here. They're going to stay in it though, because we want some benefit of cover if and when these guys decide to come back at us. But they are going to try to take some shots after the advance. Got 24 inches, should have plenty to get to them. So we've got a total of 8 shots coming from the US here, firing on the Gurkhas. So, all right, let's see. It's a total of 8 that I've got here ready to go. All right, they are going to be needing 5s to hit due to the movement. Oh yeah, a couple good hits there. 50% of the shots made. Need 5s to wound because they are veterans. Oh, 1 wound. They are going to be behind hard cover, I believe. Let me see if you think so as well. Coming from there, going across the sandbags. So 4, 5, or 6 will save. Nope, got 1 down. So 1 pin, 1 dead already. All right, we got a Gurkha squad. All right, these snipers are going to try to take a shot into these guys in the building. Firing, hitting on 4s. Nope, missed. No, wait, they get +1, right? So they're going to be hitting on 3s. Okay, so they hit. Definitely hit then. And then they get +1 to their damage. So they're going to be wounding on 3s because those are not veterans, those are regulars. So 4 down to 3. Wound. Got him. And I will target the NCO if I can see him. That's one thing you can do. So that'll make them actually even harder to hit. Or harder to hit me because that gives them a -1 because they lose their NCO. This is my NCO right here. Yep. So he goes NCO down for that squad. All right, good job, snipers. All right, next dice, US. So this command squad, I think they are going to come over here and just advance up. See if I can get to the edge. I don't know if I'll be able to see hardly anybody. These guys are going to advance up here. And it might be possible for one of them to see the guys. So we're going to try to do a shot that way. Maybe this guy right here might be able to see the outside guy. So we're going to see if he can't get a lucky shot here. Needing 5s. Nope. Okay. All right, last dice is the Gurkha die. All right, so these guys are just going to kind of run up as well. Give these middle dudes some support. I'm going to get spoiled playing with these guys. They can just run over everything though. But commander guys are going to come out here, hide in this little trench. I don't think it's going to give them any kind of cover or anything, but still, they can do it. Why not let them? There we go. Sweet. Cool. Last dice out of that bag. Yep, round 2's already done. That's awesome. Alrighty, the dice are in the bag. We're going to roll on to round number 3. Already halfway done, and the Gurkhas are in the middle of the board already. Just ran them both mainly. So for our strategic guys, US die is the first die out of the bag. I think these guys up top are going to try to take a shot. Actually, let's get our guy over here to try to take a shot again first. 2 dice need the 9. Alright, they got it. Cleared the pin this time. And they have 3 shots, needing 4s to hit. All right, 2 hits, definitely getting a pin on that squad. All right, then needing 5s to wound. No woundages though. All right, next dice out of the bag. All right, Gurkha die. I think we're just going to go bananas. I think this Gurkha squad right here, they are going to bust through the window and try to fight those guys upstairs. They're going to go in right here and try to fight them upstairs, because that's how they do. They're going to have to pass their test though, but they got their NCO, so just need 11, so anything with doubles 6s, good. That's gone. And they're going to run in the building here, and they're going to try to do a assault on those guys. Now, normally they could fire at them, coming at them like that, but these guys say, nope, you too scared. And they are going to try to roll. So, they can't fire first, even though they're in defensive positions. The Gurkhas are going to get to re-roll their misses. So we're going to do 5 dice and 5 dice. See what happens here. Single combat. 5 dice for the Gurkhas. Get these other dice out of the way so they don't confuse us. All right, needing 4s. Well, the Gurkhas didn't miss any. And the US got 3. So that is crazy. All right, so 1 down for US, or 1 down for the Gurkhas, and all gone for the US. And I will get them to position. I don't think I'm going to keep them where they're at. So let's clear that out. We're going to get them in position. But yeah, that was a pretty brutal just because of the dice, not even necessarily because of the rules. Obviously they didn't get to get fired at, but let's get that set up and move on to the next dice. Yeah. So they're going to get a reposition D6. So they can reposition 3 inches. But I did have a question for those of you that are more knowledgeable than the game than I. In this situation, when they didn't have an NCO, I didn't think about that. I sniped that NCO off. Will they be -1 to hits in close combat as well? So that would mean they would have a hit on a 5, and they would not have gotten the 1 kill. But that's okay. We'll get this guy. We'll take him. And put them down to 4, but they're going to get to reconcile or move 3 inches, not too far, but then we'll check the next dice. All right, I changed my mind. I'm jumping back out the window. I know I was going to plan on just running them, but that's not smart. They would have ended up right next to those guys, and they would have just turned around and just devoured them. Alrighty, US die. So yeah, I would immediately chose them and then did that. I think these bazooka guys are going to fire down there on those guys. Might as well. All right, 1 shot, needing 4s. Got them. Templates, I would say 3, more than likely. Just that little group right there is going to be my best bet. So hitting 3 guys, needing 5s to wound. We got 1. He's probably not going to get cover because they are above him. So we're just going to say 1 pin. Those D2 pins, so they might get an extra one. So, yeah, 1 pin and 1 wound, 1 dead. All right, next dice out of the bag. A lot going on this go round. Another US die here. This unit here, they are going to move up into the building here and just kind of try to take that objective now that that group has kind of come off of it. So they're going to run up, get up here in this little balcony basically. Wow, whole unit can fit in there. They've run up there. Cool. Next dice out of the bag. I think that sniper's got a juicy target now that I think about it. They might be losing an NCO soon. Yes, sir. All right, firing on that squad. Right there. All right, need a 3 to hit. Got him. Need they are regulars, they're 4, so 3s to wound. Nope. Just put a pin on them. All right, next dice out of the bag. All right, another Gurkha unit here. The Piat, I don't think he can hit the half track, so he's going to go after that super clustered up dudes on the thing there. So 1 dice, needing 4s. Got it with a 6. Might be able to hit 4. 3 for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say I would hit 4. So 4 hits. Let's do my pins real quick. So D2 pins. So 1 more pin on them, and we hit 4. So needing 4s to wound. Got 3. Roll the wrong dice. Shh, don't tell nobody. So they need hard cover. So 4, 5, or 6 to not die. Golly, they saved them all. 4, 5, and 6. So there we go. They are solid. Okay, next dice out of the bag. Okay, another Gurkha. I think these guys are going to do the same thing. They're going to try to run up here and stab these bazooka guys inside. So we got to pass our test first. They are veterans, so need a 9. Oh, got a 10. No, why do you got to go down? That's not good. They are going down. They got rattled. They got rattled for some reason. All right, next dice out of the bag. US, got a command squad. Gonna run up here and try to support their guys. I think they're just gonna get into the woods here. Make it simple. They're gonna advance up into the woods. Should have plenty. Yep. And they're gonna take a shot on those guys up there. So we've got 3 rifles in this group. So +1 because of the American rule. Needing 5s. So 2 hits. Definitely another pin on them. Then they need 5s to wound. No wounds, just another pin. All right. Next dice out of the bag is another Gurkha. I think they're going to make a commitment to go after these guys. And they can. They can get all the way there. So these guys are going to run and engage this little group of command. So command squad versus command squad here. So we're going to run them up, get up in their business, see what happens. Oh, this is going to be rough. So 4 dice for US, 2 dice for the Gurkhas, needing 4s. Oh, we got 2 down and 1. So we're going to lose 1 from the command squad. They should still be good. Now, take a morale check here for that commander. He is a veteran. Should be fine. Yeah, 2 1s would clear all the pins if he had any pins. Or no, not checking a pin check, but D6 move, 5 inches, lots of movement. Tow himself into some hardcover there. Next dice. Last dice here. US. Who's left? Oh, this was a loss. This is the one I took out. All right, we're gonna do, I think that was the last die out of the bag. We're gonna pick up all the dice, do a quick check and see how points are looking, and get rolling on to round 4. All right, dice are back in the bag. So right now it looks like US currently have 3 points because they're holding the center, because these guys here within 3 inches. Then the Gurkhas currently have 2 points, 1 kill, and holding this one here. So we'll see what happens. Roll on to number 4. Dice from the bag. Who will it be? US. I think this guy has to fire. So half-track firing down on these guys once again. Maybe he'll do something today. Not done a lot of work. 3 shots, needing 4s. There we go, a little better. So we got a pin on those guys. Needing 5s to wound. 1 wound. They're in the open. I'm going to say they don't have the ability to get cover, even though they have some of those little tank choppers in the way. Nah. 1 more down for the Gurkhas. All right, next dice. Gurkha. Piet's never going to be able to hit those guys. Let's shoot them at the big cluster of dudes on top. All right, 1 shot, needing 4s. Got it with a 4. We're going to hit 4 of them in there again. So we're needing 4s to hit because they are regular. All right, so hit 4 of them. I'm going to give them a 4, 5, or 6 cover save. All of them saved again. Ugh, do you 2 pins? 2 pins. At least I got 4 pins on them now. They are holding tough. All right, next dice out of the bag. A little shocked. Another US. I think I'm going to check on something real quick. If pins and NCO stuff affect close combat. So we're going to put a pause there, check that the rules real quick, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, just consulted the book. Pins do not matter in close combat, and also the NCO rule I had before. NCOs don't count towards hits or wounding. They only count towards if you lose towards morale. So losing an NCO is bad for morale. So these guys, what we're going to do now before we do that, that was something else completely I was thinking about. So bazooka guy, going to the guys below them again, right here. So they're going to fire on that little group of 3, needing a 4. Nope, missed. All right, next dice. Here we go. See what happens. I need this. No, that's not what I needed. Alrighty. Oh, this actually goes away. Actually, something else I realized. I forgot about the close combat. It didn't really matter over there because they wiped out the entire unit. But this little command squad of the Gurkhas, since they won in the overall combat, removed the entire command squad of it. So they got 2 to 1. They ended up winning. Removes the entire squad. So forgot about that. I forgot how actually truly brutal hand-to-hand combat can be. So, all right, next dice. Let's see what happens. Alrighty, we've got a Gurkha squad. Here we go, firing in on that group up top there. Trying to see if we can't take out their NCO, because if they can't do anything with that many pins if I can shoot their NCO off the board. So needing a 3 because we're going to infantry. Got it with a 3. Oh, come on now. Needed to wound with 3. No, got a 2. Okay, well they got another pin. Pretty much incapable of doing anything without the platoon commander being out there. So, all right, next dice. Pretty much incapacitated that group. Another Gurkha run. Do I dare? I think they're going to run in here and try to assault these guys again. Try to get these bazooka dudes off the board. So, same thing. They're going to run in here. We got to check and see if they do first. Needing a 9 or less. Good. They lose that pin. They are coming in. Knock, knock, boys. Of course, the big reason they can't fire in on them is because of the rules that they have. So we got 2 guys versus 3 guys. Rolling on 4s. They get to re-roll their misses. So 2 hits. So 2 down out of them. So that wipes them out, and then we lose 1 Gurkha. Nice. So they didn't win again outright. Those re-rolls were able to get them there. So another dice for kills for them, and they lose a guy as well. So they're down to 2, and they need to do a move. So they can move up to 6 inches here in a minute, and we'll see what happens. They're just going to come out of the door right there, move to here, and make sure I put run. This is what they did. Sweet, there they are. All right, next dice. They're doing some good work. Just need to work on trying to get that other objective now. Sweet, US. So they're going to try to shoot. That's all they can do at the moment. They're going to try to fire on, I guess, this unit out here. They're going to lean out the way, try to get them. I'm going to probably say, we're going to say all of them can shoot. That's what I'm going to do. We got to check their test first. That's the only reason I'm letting them do it. So it's 9's down to 3, right? So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Wait, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So down to 4s, 4 or lower. Nope, they go down. Nothing. Yeah, I said with them being down though is going to give them a really good shot at just staying there. Gurkha. Get the Gurkha. They're going to charge after this half track over here. See if I can't run and get to them. 12 inches. That's all I need. All right. Yeah, everybody can get to them. These Gurkhas are coming after the half track. Roll needing 5s. Got 2. So whatever I get plus 2. So needing 5s to wound. Or no, it's a 7. So 7, I need to roll 5, 6, I need to roll 7s. Or 5s, double 5s. So 2, I need to double check and see what happens here, but I think that half track is bye-bye. Alrighty, yes indeed, damage is scored. They blew that guy up. Right, another dice for the Gurkhas. Well, seem to be taking care of business today. Next dice, one more for round 4. Another Gurkha. Who's this left? I think it's the command squad, maybe? Yeah, command squad's left. He's just going to bound through it like he knows what he's doing. Get him all the way over here. And I believe that'll be it for round 4. All right, rolling into round 5, but it's not looking good for the U.S. Definitely have 1 dice to the Gurkhas 5. And of course, the Gurkhas have been whittled down a good bit. They've lost 6 guys so far, but haven't lost a unit yet. So, Gurkha squad snipers going after that unit up top. Gonna fire. Needing a 3. Nope, they miss. They miss. All right, U.S. That's terrible for them to go now. They're going to try to fire back on the snipers. They'll try to keep their NCO safe, but they need 4 or less. And 2 dice. Nope. They just go down. Yeah, I think at this point we're going to run through real quick. These guys are just going to run into the garage. This guy's going to run over to here. These guys are going to run back and grab this objective. And the U.S. is going to just have to surrender at this point. They can't do anything. Too many pins, too much stuff. Oh man. All right, we're going to break down and see what all went down. Some pivotal points happened, I think, that skewed it a little bit. So let's go get down there, see what that happens. Get down on the table and see what's going on. Alrighty, that was a very aggressive run. We got our Piats here. They could never really take a shot on that guy, but we did get some of them down there to do stuff. We got these little snipers up here. First time using the snipers and the infiltrator. Very nice to get some dudes on the board before anybody else. And these guys right here, they just got taken out due to too many pins. Most of the time the Piats were firing at them, so they were just shooting and shooting and shooting. So the squads running around this particular setup right here was the biggest, probably turning tide in the game. We had our unit of 5 dudes come in through the window here. Came in through the window, assaulted the guys upstairs, and they rolled all perfect hits. So they ended up winning that one even without having to finish out the rules, which made me mess up and forget that this little command squad situation, the platoon commander for US got taken out by the platoon commander of the Gurkhas. So that was pretty awesome. A lot of the assaults did really well in this particular run. So I doubt it's going to be that way all the time, but it seemed to work out really well for everybody today. So awesome game. Thank you guys for coming along. Can't wait to get more Gurkhas on the table. Probably try them out against the Germans next with the corner layout. But as always, make sure you like and subscribe, follow the channel. We're going to keep doing bolt action and other stuff potentially along the way. So as always, have a good day. We'll see you next battle.